I'm participating in a module called Sport Development in Action. It requires me to do a 30-hour placement within a football club or development sector. The one that I've chosen is UCLan Football Club. I say this because I'm coming up from Ireland and I needed to sort of make friends, so I saw it as a great chance to sort of come play a bit of football and also and join in the social side, which is a great focus as well in UCLan. It's also about getting fit, competing within one of the 6 university teams. We have 5 teams that compete within the Bucks leagues, and also we have a 6th team that compete within the recreational get into leagues. The structure and the set of the teams is pretty simple enough. There's 5 teams within the university that focus in the Bucks league. Due to popular demand, the teams are set up by the previous academic year teams, sort of nominate captains or people to sort of represent as them as a chairman, vice chairman, social secretary, and captains for the next year. It's also a good way of sort of using the university's sports sector as well, which is like well known. The funding of UCLan football team is pretty easy as well. It's sort of self-governed, so you use the sort of collection of membership fees. I was referenced the student union website where you have to go on to select on the group, pay your registration fee, and then you're allowed to join in with one of the football teams. There's plenty of teams there, so people can find a team easily. As I said, the team is self-funded. They raise their funds from sponsorships or the collection of membership fees, which is sort of a good way of sort of running it because it teaches them about business and all that there. As a reference Trimble, they sort of state that using people sort of their own skills sort of to develop a club is a better idea than bringing in other people to sort of focus on it. The facilities which UCLan the UCLan football team use as the UCLan Sports Arena. It's a multi-surface complex using top for training facilities, and also use it for training and matches. So it's got a 3G pitch, it's got hockey pitches that we can train on. There's areas for all weather that sort of can accommodate. As I've sort of referenced, Raham, you made that website and information I got from. The opportunity which I saw, which is probably a big thing now in football, is goalkeeping. It's number 1 on the team sheet. You know yourself, it's hard to find a goalkeeper which you're confident and feel that he's competent enough to sort of take number 1 position, lead your team out. So it's all about increasing sort of the importance of goalkeepers within the game. Currently, there isn't a goalkeeper coach employed within the university, so I sort of took it upon myself to sort of offer my services. As I've told you before, I've been involved with Just for Keepers. It's an international goalkeeping academy that's involved with in America, Ireland, England, South Africa, and all over the world. It's sort of well known. Also, I've been involved with the senior setup in Dundalk FC, who are in the Airchase League in Ireland, who are now actually the reigning champions. I sort of always wanted to be a goalkeeper, so I saw an area of sort of helping me to sort of develop myself, which was analysation and also reflection. So I sort of said, you know what, I'll help out with the goalkeeping coaching here in UCLan. The keepers, I've sort of want them to progress, so I've sort of took a profile of them before they started, and then now I'm progressing that there sort of to tell how they're sort of focusing towards the essential fundamentals within goalkeeping. I will hope to follow the progression of keepers with status reports sort of from the other coaches to sort of see are they actually implementing the training into matches, which is why sort of they're playing football, because they want to see results. I'm trying to sort of accrue all the information and so I can analyse the data more, sort of so I can refine their sort of training. The importance of goalkeeping sort of imperative to focus on as well. Ever since Quabbin 1984, he sort of emphasised on not just 10 outfielders and 1 goalkeeper. It's all about 11 people that make a team. It's all about working within sort of a unit, sort of towards shared goals. It's all about people focus on team initiative, and sort of you know yourself about a good group ethic will also sort of show through. the training provided, as I've said to you before as well, that my qualifications are at NFA level 1, recently qualified. So if you ever need somebody to sort of assist you with any training lessons, I'm there to sort of use. Also, the trainings will sort of focus on the fundamentals of goalkeeping that I will be sort of bringing to the goalkeepers, which is handling, technique, communication, distribution, decision making. I got this from a book that they focused on, which I thought was very interesting due to these areas sort of being covered, which I deem to be important aspects of goalkeeping. Monitoring goalkeepers' progression is also a big thing as well. I've sort of devised a coaching tool that you can sort of use to sort of assess the goalkeepers. Like, you're my coach, so I can give you this here and you can self-evaluate me. Sort of set if I'm actually doing well throughout the progression. If I've had a bad game, you can let me know, and then I won't be able to do that next game because you've informed me. And also I've asked the journalists to bring auditory aids with them, so if they've seen a goalkeeper do a good save or a good technique or a good handling or done well with his communication with his back line, they can note that, bring it back to me, and more data for me to sort of analyse. Also, a big thing as well is it's quite hard for some players to actually come up to their coaches and sort of say, oh, I don't think I'm doing this well, how can I do this? I'm that sort of go-between. I'm a player but also a coach, so they can sort of see as a less intimidating person to sort of come to, and sort of if they think they've done better, I can sort of say, well, you've done this and this right, but you need to do that. The Lancashire FA is probably the closest organisation, which is a big thing that involved with UCLan. The purpose of the national strategy is sort of to create a framework, sort of how they're going to do within the next 5 years, and how like UCLan will fit into that. I'll explain later in the presentation. The strategies as set out, it's about growth, retention, so increasing the number of players and sort of addressing retention, bringing them back into the sport. As I said, some people join UCLan Football Club just for a kickabout, but also some do it because they want a competitive level, which goes on to my next point about raising the standards, raising player standards, but also addressing like their attitude towards within the game. Because if you do the FA level 1 coaching, it takes you about the respect guide. So I sort of instill in that there's right ways to talk to a coach and the correct manner in which to talk to them. Also developing better players. Probably the most success story is Joe Lolly. As you remember yourself, he was a UCLan student and he's now went on to represent UCLan within the professional game, which is a big claim to fame. Running the game effectively as well. It's about governing the game, about creating like sort of successful strategies to sort of follow within the game. These I'm going to sort of go into sort of the key areas or enablers that make it sort of better, which is the workforce within the football team. You're a volunteered coach, so you are also highly skilled because you love of football obviously, and also you've got your qualifications. And also the facilities as well. UCLan Sports Arena is probably the best ones we're looking at because it's got all weather. It's also got communal areas which the teams can meet and discuss things, tactics and so on, and also promotion as well. UCLan has business people involved with them as well, so it teaches them about PR and sort of communication. As last year we were sponsored by Source Bar, so as on the jersey it sort of states that we're sponsored by Source, so they get recognition from that. As I sort of went into the growth and retention of the football, people coming back into the game. Some people pick up football and they just come into university, but then some people had an injury and now are available to play. So it's all about bringing themselves and making themselves fitter to play the game again, raising the standards, developing themselves further, making better players to maybe, you never know, one of the players that you're coaching right now could actually represent England or a professional setup within the future, so that sort of reflects on your teaching. And also running the game effectively. As you aware yourself, we have coaches that come in and do their badges within. It's also the Get Educated program, I believe it's called. So you come in, you do your coaching badges, and you can actually help yourself if you want to do some volunteering within UCLan. And any questions at all?
Since you've started your placement, have you seen like improvements with the keepers that you're working with? And have you got evidence to show that they are improving?
Yeah, one of them is Mr. Price that I'm working with. He started off quite a timid goalkeeper, so I was about sort of man management with him. So I said, you need to be a bit more confident in your own ability, and it's shown in his game now, as I've seen some recent status reports from Lewis, that his goalkeeping actually has got better. He's a lot more competent whenever he comes to play, a lot more relaxed. Well, it's a key thing about being relaxed.